So anyway, hello fellow banknote collectors, this is Glenn back with some more banknotes. And I was actually just going to show these banknotes, but I might as well show you a reason why for some currencies you shouldn't actually purchase the banknote when a currency actually is high and it has a history of being devalued. So here I have a few currencies, not only devalued but also demonetized. And at one time, these are actually quite an expensive type of banknote. So the first reason that you should actually not purchase banknotes is because the value of the currency is falling. And here we have some Sri Lankan rupees in the last 10 years. So we can actually check up on apps, you know apps are, there's actually quite a lot of apps. So we've got this, and it actually has all the currencies. So I set my base for. So we've got Sri Lanka, and what 142 rupees is currently. And if we do the 5, 10 year, I want to go 10 years. You can see that the actual currency's fallen from. The lowest is about 100. To 105 to 140. As you can see, the currency is slowly devaluing. If we go to 10 years, it went from 2040 rupees or 45 to 140 now. So if you actually purchased banknotes back when they were actually 40 rupees, so this would have been 50 cents, you probably would have bought it for $2. Now it's worth less than probably about 15 cents. So you would have lost money. And the 100 rupees are actually quite nice banknotes, Sri Lanka. So I don't mind them. So the 100 rupees, that would have been worth about $2.50, but now it's worth about 70 cents, something like that. And it's actually quite a nice banknote. So we have a bird, not too sure what bird that is. Looks like a type of miner to me. Butterfly, and then we have a significant building, and that's all of these. So this one has the Norochole coal power plant, so it's an energy plant. And on the back we have we got the different ethnic groups and different type of cultural practices within those ethnic groups. So, and probably over different time periods as well. So that's quite nice. My wife actually doesn't like people on banknotes. Then we have the 20. So this is the lowest banknote in circulation now. And this is W. So all the banknotes are W. 419 million. And here we have the Colombo port. We have a type of owl. Another butterfly. Butterflies and owls are awesome. And also some males dancing. And then we have the 50 rupees, quite a nice banknote. And 2016, 176 million. Looks like a type of flycatcher. Another butterfly. And Manampitya Bridge. Obviously, it is a rail bridge and a pedestrian and a car bridge. And here we have another two males beating the drum. So that's actually quite nice. So even though these banknotes are actually nice, if you purchased these in 2016, the currency was valued at about 100 rupees, so in 2016. And so you would have actually lost some value on these banknotes because there's a hell of a lot of them printed. There really isn't much value in keeping these type of banknotes. So if you go to Sri Lanka, spend these. And then we have Vietnam. So let me get the actual currency. Do I have Vietnam already? No. So this is an old phone. I don't use this phone much anymore. So Vietnam. I think over the last... Get rid of some currencies. I think over the last year... Okay, I've already got Vietnam dong. So It's about 17,000 dong, so this is a bit over 50 cents, 10,000. But this is the old paper version, so it's no longer printed. I actually have a polymer version, 93. So even though this might still be legal tender, I'm not sure, I need to look that up. It probably won't be accepted because people are not familiar with the actual 10,000 dong banknote. So that's another reason, is that people no longer identify them as currency. Maybe it's collector's items. So, you know, if you want to sell this as a collector's item, you can sell all these collector's items, but depending on whether you get your money back. I purchased this for like $1, but you know, 93 when this was first printed, that was probably worth a lot more money than what it is now. So if we can go 10 years, as you can see, it actually has fallen since 2000 from 9,000, so this is worth more than $1, to 18,000 now. So obviously the currency has also fallen. It's become stable. Vietnam's becoming more industrialized, so more modernized, and it's becoming more wealthy. So another reason why you shouldn't actually collect these banknotes. And then there is hyperinflation. So here I have a Chile. So this is a half escudos issued in 1960, but by 1975 they actually had to replace it with the peso again because of significant devaluation. Well, the current currency of Chile is pretty stable. If we look up, so it actually was revalued at 1 escudo because 1,000 old pesos. Then it was revalued at 1 new peso, it was 1,000 escudos. So that's pretty much 1,000,000 old pesos. So this one is worth 0.05 of a cent of centimos of the current escudos. So really it's worth like 1/100th of a cent, an Australian cent, in the current exchange rate. And then we have Bolivia. So this is the currency from 1984. And this is actually the second currency of Bolivia in the 20th, or maybe the third in the 20th century. Is it the second or third? Oh no, the second. So this is called the peso bolivianos. So this replaced the boliviano at 1,000,000 bolivianos equals 1 peso boliviano. So this is, I'll just put 1,000,000 on that. 100. This is 50 billion bolivianos of the first currency. Oh, sorry, that's the second one. So 1,000,000, and with the first one I had a 1,000. So this would have been 50 million old bolivianos, but only 5 centavos of the current currency. So when this was actually issued, so just disregard the 50 million, that has no bearing. So when this was issued in 1984, the exchange rate was about 2,314, roughly around there. In 83 it was about 230, and 82 is about 64. So obviously a rapid devaluation. So this one, if you actually got this in 1984, it would have cost about $5. So if you want to actually buy this banknote, you're probably paying about $5. But $5 in 1984 and $5 now are two different things. It's probably the current equivalent is probably about, I would say, $2 now is probably equivalent to $5 back in 1984. But for that, okay, we have to use the inflation calculator. So this is from the RBA. This is for Australia only, different countries are different. So $5 in 1984 is worth $15 now. So pretty much, if you purchase this in 1984 for $5, so the exchange rate, and you sell it now for $5 when you should actually be selling it for about $15, you actually lose 66% of its value. So long-term investment, probably not a good idea. They're good for collecting if you want to collect a set, but these are actually not really going to be that valuable. I would say in 20 to 30 years time, this is probably still going to be $5. And as you can see, this is actually the revalued currency, so 5 centavos de Bolivia, so 5 centavos. And it's actually quite a nice banknote. You can still get them in uncirculated because these would have been printed, a hell of a lot of banknotes printed. A lot of them wouldn't have actually been issued for circulation. Another reason why is not because of devaluation, but demonetization. So these actually could have been exchanged up until 6th of December 2011, so 9 years ago. And in 2002, this actually had a value of $50, so 50,000 liras, roughly about 1,200 lira, equaled $1 Australian dollar. So this is a large sum of money, and this is another reason why you shouldn't actually collect a lot of banknotes. Now, in uncirculated condition, yeah, definitely collect it. But in this condition, not really worth collecting for close to face value, $50. As you can see, it's got a tear. So someone actually kept this as $50, but in the long term, they lost money. And I purchased it for like $2, I think. So all these Italian liras have been demonetized. The one that probably keeps close to face value is probably the 100 and 500,000, which is equivalent to $100 and $500,000. But you know, the $500,000 is quite a lot of money, so most people wouldn't actually have it in their collection. So there's probably not that many out there. So supply is probably small, demand is small, but it's probably enough demand to meet the actual supply. So nice, actually quite a nice banknote. So that's two reasons why you shouldn't actually. One is because of inflation, hyperinflation, devaluation of the currency, and another one is demonetization. So that's why you need to actually research what you buy before you actually get into whatever is, even with coins and just anything really. Just research it before you actually buy. See if it's actually a good price. See if you can actually resell it for at least, you know, what you purchased it for, plus inflation down the line. If not, if you enjoy doing it, that's a different thing. So this is not the topic of the video if you enjoy it. So anyway, hope this video was informative and it helps you with determining what you should actually purchase and what you should not. The key is research. Always research. That's how you learn. People ask me, how do I know this? How do I know the value of that? Research it. Do it yourself. People babysitting you is not really going to help in the long term. Anyway, thank you very much and have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Thank you and goodbye.